Hey friends, and welcome back to our channel. In today's episode, I think we are on number 5. We're going to be working on finishing up all the little details of the cover and the inside of the cover, and then we might even get to working on some of the little inserts that I want to put in the signatures in our journal here today. Before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Subscribe, give this video a big thumbs up, and make sure that little bell notification is turned on so you're notified whenever I post a new video. All right, let's get started. So I mentioned in a previous video that I picked up this cute little wooden owl from the Dollar Tree, and he is the perfect size to go on the front of our journal here. So I am going to paint him up and we're going to attach him to the front, only because I think the journal's pretty like this, but I think it just needs something more. So I thought that would be a nice additive to that front cover. And then these are our inside pages that we need to glue into place. As you can see, all of our signatures are nicely bound and everything is dry now. So we will be putting one of these papers here and another one on the back, which will cover everything up and kind of finish it off. So I'm going to set this aside and we're going to work on painting our little owl. I picked out a few paints that I want to use. It's the acrylic paint. I can't pronounce it. Acryology. I don't know. These are the ones from Dollar Tree. So we're going to use a little bit of white. And also these little paint trays that I have here. These came from Dollar Tree also. These are super handy to have. All right, then I'm going to use some black. And I have a couple other colors here. This one is called Caramel Candy. I've never used this one before, but I kind of liked the brown tones in it. And I thought it would be nice if I kind of accented some of the wings, maybe with this brown color, and then we did a little bit of that gold gilding on the wings as well. So we'll do some of this. And then I also have a natural buff color. So we'll see what this one looks like. Okay, so there's the paints I'm going to start with, and I think I'm just going to paint. We'll see where it turns out. this is what I have so far. Got our little white owl here. I'm gonna set him aside and let him dry. And while he's drying, I'm gonna work on gluing in these pages right here. Now they're already distressed and ready to go. So I am just gonna open up my journal, stretch it open. It's super tight since I glued in the fabric spine, but that's so good that it's nice and tight like that. That means that it's gonna hold well. All right, so I'm gluing in my little fixture that's gonna hold my lock, and I did that with some hot glue. I'm just kind of holding it in place until it sets so that it's not wiggling around at all. And then I am gonna use some of my fabric glue to glue in my pages. So I don't think, yeah, I'll use this one for my front page. Okay. All right, so I'm gluing that down and pressing it all into place. And I'll probably use a few clips just to hold it. The fabric glue usually sets pretty quickly. I just want to make sure it sets around that little spot we hot glued. And then again, right along the spine here. Just gonna let that sit for a minute until it sets really good, and we'll do the back. So this guy is dry, and I'm gonna use some of my gold rub and buff that we used on the front cover of our journal to kind of give him a little extra because he looks a little dull. So I am gonna use, instead of my finger for this one, I am gonna use a brush. You can use your finger, but I am gonna use a brush. I'm gonna start on the edges, and I'm gonna go all around the edges with the rub and buff. This would probably work good with a little sponge or something also. Can you see that? It just adds a little more dimension. I love using this rub and buff. I've used it on so many different things. It works great on hardware. If you want to give your kitchen hardware just a little extra pop without painting it or anything like that, try some of this rub and buff on it. It does work really well. And it stays too. Dries quickly, it lasts for a long time. There's no like touching up needed. All right, I'm gonna finish going all the way around, and then I'm gonna work in some of the crevices and cracks with this as well. Okay, so I put some of my gold rub and buff on Mr. Owl here, and now I'm just taking some of my vintage photo ink, and we're gonna distress him a little bit more because I like that distressed look around the edges. All right, there he is. I think he turned out pretty good. So I want to glue him to the front cover of our book. Probably like right about there. Thinking that looks pretty good. Whoops. Like right about there. All right, So I'm going to use, what am I going to use? I think I'm going to use E6000 to glue him on. Takes a little longer for the E6000 to dry, but let's get a good amount of it on. This is, don't want that. All right, that looks good. And let's see, I think right about there. Just moving him back and forth a little bit just to press that E6000 right into place. I'm gonna go get a couple of heavy books and just put on top and let him dry from there. Okay, so our little owl is on the front of our journal and I think it looks really good. I really am happy that we chose to do this. So I'm gonna do a little flip through to show you what the journal looks like. And then I already pre-recorded a video of an insert, which I'm gonna show you in just a second. But I'm gonna put that in. There is no sound, so you can just follow along with that one as I was making it. But I figured that would be a good way to end this video. So really quick, let's kind of go through the journal. So here's our inside cover. Here's our first signature with all of our signature pages. Nothing's done in here yet, with the exception of the one little insert that I did, which is coming up right here. So here's the little insert, and this is what I'm gonna show you after we go through this journal. So there's the flip out pocket. There's more pages. Page. All right, here's our second signature. Cool owl. Here's another flip out pocket page. This one was cool. We kind of did like a cool little scene in here. All right, and then here is our third signature. Some vellum pages. Here's that lady in the vintage woman here cooking with the bright colored shirt. I kind of put her on like a fall background page and included her. And here's another pocket with another little fold out that we can do. I haven't finished this one yet, but I had started it. So let's really quickly show you this now, and then I will show you how I made it. All right, so this is like a little insert that I have in one of my pockets. It opens up like this. It folds down. These little tags are little paperclip tags. Those come off. There's a little writing space, drawing space, whatever down at the bottom down here. All of these are tags. On the back side, there's little journaling spots. Here's more clips that can clip onto things. Lots of pockets here, lots of pockets over here. More little tags. And then this is a little picture window with some more journal tags. And there's a little pocket on the back of there. So all in all, there's quite a few tags that we did and our little picture window here. So now let's show you how I made this.